Okay, so I see this one is pretty long, but I think this will be the longest dungeon. It starts out pretty Actually, I was playing this kind of blind, that's why I ran across these trolls without adequate amount of magic and preparation. This one is actually a couple of segments. You go left, you go right. You can, and those are self-contained segments, and there are not that many rooms which are you want to skip necessarily, and here you actually start to have enough firepower to get through them without too much fuss, even if you have a bad encounter. The dungeon here is actually kind of tricky because it has a lot of locked doors, so you need to. There is some method to make marks, highlight rooms on the minimap. Probably it is on the help menu. I didn't figure it out for myself. But I have a map, a hand-drawn map. And those doors are all locked. And the trick is, this one is a surprise room. I know where the loot is. I've seen that's an exploding barrel, so if you are just whacking with your sword, you can suffer some damage. So the rooms are locked away by doors, wall segments, and you can unlock the doors from the other side.
Hello! I'm making very special soup. But I can't find garlic here in kitchen. You go out in garden and get me some, will you?
I will pretend I don't know this map. I know that keys way later. Yeah, these accidents happen again because I was just. Oh yeah, I made mistakes too much. But I got lucky with the damage. This is so annoying. Really. This won't be the worst part. Here the trick is using ambush plants. Pretty creative, by the way, these plants. You can figure out this is again a circular place.
That's it?
With the loot being in the middle.
I'll kill you!
Who's next?
It has this pretty neat puzzle here. There are two of these pressure plates, and you have to lock them down, but they are also surrounded by these bushes, so what you need is creatures that turn to stone. They obviously opened that gate. So this is troll hunting. But don't worry, as with all the puzzles, you can soft lock yourself here. In this part, there will be a room with a troll. Yeah, this room is because it's small and crowded. Yeah, that one is hiding there. It has two of these fatties. The bottom one has a key. So we already have that, but if I lose health, crap. Yeah, you see that there is a room, there is a troll in that room, and it respawns. So you can't soft lock yourself for being too trigger happy. And the missing room is an ogre. And I only have health potions left. Pretty nice amount, so I'm not complaining. Minimap can get in the way. You can't click on it, I mean. But you have to see what you do. And this is the harder part. The other is way more easy to loot the monster on. This one is somehow a bit more tricky. Very jump scare. Pay attention.
That's it?
You don't want to blow. Fortunately, the troll is way less dangerous, less HP, and somewhat less damage. And yeah, you have to lure that thing all the way through. So you better check your map. I have a rough idea how many hits this thing will need. And of course you gain, your magic regenerates a bit, so it's not at that crazy. And we are good. Actually the game has another trick in its sleeve. All of those are onions. You can see the leaves of it. And only that one is garlic, which is required for the quest. Onions are not good for anything, and as every useless item, at the end of the dungeon, the game gets rid of them.
So you got it! Great! Okay, here you go.
I wonder what kind of race this creature is. Yeah, this is a special potion. And it also gives a key. It's same color as the ground, so it's hard to detect. I remember my first time playing this. I just thought there is nothing. That troll died at the wrong place. I would block one side of the room just in case, you know, if something big will start pulling. It won't, but you know, the principle. Whoever put that monster there was pretty cruel. And one of these side rooms have 2 trolls in it. Yeah, I was surprised too. But it just got dropped. And it's again, I know what is in the side rooms, and considering the mana there, okay, I'm going to the room with the 2 fatties to pick up the key. And now there is no room in the backpack, so good luck. Alright, this will drain my resources, and these corridors are really made to fuck you up. Really messed
Prepare to die.
But there is a chance to come back, so yeah, my resources are depleted like on a dangerous level. But at the end of this dungeon I will crawl back. I will start to play very cautiously. I was very happy that this potion was there. It doesn't feel like it because the sword and that space is really feeling, because they are practically empty when it comes to useful resources. Yeah, that troll is something you would normally want to skip on. We have the key for this. But as said in the previous video, I think now you know that you should probably investigate the rest of the place, but then again, I have mana to wait for. It's not that low, at least. There will be a merchant at some point. The other reason is why I'm playing this blind, sort of, because all the teleporting, which portion of the map I'm supposed to look at, it would take time, and I was just not into that. And as I said, I roughly knew that in this part I have to go right or left. It's mostly left. Then there will be the doors. I'm not actually sure of the doors. I mean, not sure which you have to unlock in what order, but still at least I have a rough idea. As said, one of these rooms has 2 trolls, so that's a bit risky. And the other has a knight somewhere. I won't fight it, I guess. I think I will at some point. Yeah, going further is... yeah, going south at that point is suicidal. And some of these rooms are not opened by key or from the other side, but pulling a switch or even picking up one of the crystal balls. Yeah, those will be a thing. Yeah, in this room I picked up a couple of coins. I actually missed that when I was making my map, and that was one of the reasons I stood there for a second. I made a mental note to update my hand-drawn map. Yeah, preparation. This will be the room with the two throats.
You gone, foul creature.
Perfect. And as you can see, I only have 3 health potions left. Great. Probably is on the other side right away. I was a bit worried for a second that maybe it's blocking the passage. I think they can't do that though, so. There is no way to circumvent the problem. I just have to do it! At least they give some mana potions, better than nothing, in case I bump into some ogres. You know, the yellow club things. They look a bit like Goro, with a ponytail and bald head, muscular design. Of course, Goro had 4 arms. It's a boss in Mortal Kombat if you are not familiar. The keys, I think, was later used for chests, surprisingly. Again, standing around waiting for mana. Can't just buy easily mana potions at some vendor. It's not Diablo. And you know, the monster's not respawning, not dropping anything. What is not predetermined. This is way more tactical than Diablo.
I'll kill you!
I don't know what expected Goblin would do against the troll, but I waited out anyway. Will I use a mana potion here? I don't think so then. There is this devil thing.
Who's next?
There will be another such carving at a point. That definitely looks like a door. But I've failed to find any puzzle even for it, so
That's it?
It's just an ogre. A bunch of hits. Just one more.
Leaving so soon?
One more fireball and it was enough. There is another fireball scroll somewhere. And remember, the elf starts with a level 1 fireball, so it actually always has better damage with its spell
Uh-oh, in trouble.
than any other class. Those lack the extra fireball scroll. There is a mage in the next room, I think, so that's a consideration. Those can hit hard, very hard. And I'm low on resources. That's a huge problem. I guess I thought I will check the northern room first. Maybe I will get a mild hit, then can heal myself without losing any potential HP.
Leaving so soon?
I'm not even bothering crashing this station. And there was the scroll. I can't really do anything else than fight the mage. I do check. Plus, I wouldn't mind a bit more mana.
I kill you.
Teleporter. And I don't know why the cabinet is open.
You're in trouble.
It actually should not be open. At least in my previous playthroughs, 2 playthroughs, it was
I
closed.
kill you.
So, your guess is everything. Turns out this is just an empty room, not even gold or anything to pick up. I deliberately in a teleporter for
That's
some
it?
reason. Wrong item. The thing is the pattern on the floor. If you can see under some of the barrels there is nothing. And all the barrels are destroyable, they do not respawn or anything. So this is a clue for you. The whole room is just a clue. The important thing is the wrong button. But it will be obvious. The pattern is a clue for a later puzzle. I'm trying to show you everything. So you have to remember this pattern. You don't have to do anything here. You can actually skip this entire section if you want. follow-ups playthrough. I remember the pattern. In that room is some switch which opens the door, despite lacking the sound clue. Yeah, that's annoying. Someone did not program it correctly. Fortunately, it's right here, this door. Now I need the crystal ball, so I'm really out of options beside the, mage. It shoots fireball and teleports. If you get close or just, time to time. I hope against hope that there will be something other. Oh, no, wrong room then. But I will go against the match here. I was so happy it didn't die once. Annoying. This is like +3 level scrolls fireball. And yeah, this is a neat thing. It's annoying when you try to open it from the front, it does nothing. But if you try to click on it on the side, it's proper hiding secret door. We have the crystal ball. That's some lore stuff. The guy got locked in there. It can be something by intention, like Desktop Dungeon in the Fighting Fantasy playbook, that you find all your competitors in the labyrinth and they are all dead. Although this one did not give a race, so the first one, the first video there was a human, so that could be the warrior, and of course this one is low. But here is the merchant at least.
I'll take it.
You can guess what
I'll
it
take
does. It actually could do two things. One, a monster attacking other monster if there is in the room. But it whoever designed this place was cruel, but yeah, I understand, Very thin corridor. 2 goblin ambushes from the 2 sides. It's a good surprise element. Most of this section is actually just empty room with sometimes monsters.
I'll kill you!
Who's next?
What can be troubling to some is these teleported places feel unconnected until you unlock the appropriate door, and very you are just here and you are not sure what to do about it. This is the most nasty puzzle. You are supposed to use both of this part. it seemingly does not repair, but if you step on that sign, if you push it on the sign and step on the pressure plate, you expect that door to open, but that it's not even a door. I told you there will be that demon carved thing. I show you my solution to this puzzle. I, of course, mess up for the first time, but that happens sometimes, even though this is not a very complicated puzzle. It's obviously you have to press both plates. If you blow it up on the right spot, the game considers the barrel to be there. That is probably a bug. Or just the oversight, more probably. So the door opened, you heard it, you can hear it.
Leaving so soon?
As said, most of these rooms are just irrelevant. But I'm here to show you all because, well, I have to entertain myself. And playing blind, I was not sure if I remember correctly, so I hoped for some potions. I have one single health potion left. That's really bad. I was thinking to check my map, but you know, I should probably mark with some coloration the spawning point, teleporting, to make it more accessible. If I have mana potions, I told you those will be good. And with I did this. I got so lucky. It really was a bad thing. And you see why starting with 12 health is bad for you. They hit you like 5 or 6 health. So heal or not heal, to get the optimal healing, I should suffer.
Quit wasting time.
More damage on my life, but you know that's probably not going to be the way it happens. But what can I do? I mean, those orange bastards, the double ogre room that really ruined my day. I was glad I get some gold at least. I was thinking about buying potions at this point because I was just so low. Even if I was to pull out, I was thinking maybe I should. I show you what this actually does. The supposedly proper solution is teleport here the barrel. I'm pretty sure there existed a walkthrough or some kind for this one. Otherwise, I would not know about that. But I showed you my solution, so you get that. Yeah, I'm genuinely made the solution by myself at one point. You could go back to the main dungeon that way, but why do we have a key? You know? Closed section. leaving it while you have the key. And here you have to use the sand clue, but it won't happen unless you first pull the left lever. You heard the clue. I decide against buying potions, not that I need the money. I mean, I have the spells which I will ever need. The third one, the confusion, is actually makes the monsters for a couple of seconds just stand around, doing nothing. So you get 3 hits. It's not very useful, but as we have, active slots, we can afford a third spell. As told you, this doesn't even require anything, no switches or anything. You just solve the previous section and this door opens because it does. And because I'm so low on potions, I decide to fight the knight.
This is where your
On
journey.
mine. And with the upgraded fireball, I had enough firepower to get rid of it. I was prepared to walk around on the big map, refilling mana while I'm backing away. I'm pretty sure that door is not open yet, but as I'm here, I'm checking it. And in the meantime, gain some mana back. Not that I need time for that, but at least I updated the map in my head. And yeah, this one. Right. This level of fireball, I didn't even need the full mana bulb to get rid of 2 of the trolls. I actually forgot what it's on the right side, but then I remembered it. Okay. Just a section we already done. And that is open. And I forgot what's in there, so I'm checking. Not because I need it, I just, making the mental notes. I suspected another mage on the other side of this, and I'm really starting to get out of information what's in this section. It's so late in this dungeon. Hard to remember. But I shrugged it off despite my low resources. This signals that in this direction at least, probably the remaining monsters are easier, but you know, who knows. Raccoon shoot through the corner. And this one, if you remembered, you have to walk the pattern. If you don't, the gate closes. And all those heads start to shoot fireballs at you. It's really annoying and dangerous. And it discouraging you from picking up the gold after you picked up the crystal ball. But you can do it. I know because, you know, previous playthroughs. It's a pretty good loot. Great. At least we will use the key. We have that key since the beginning of the dungeon. I was here a bit worried that maybe I would blow up the first, at least that didn't happen. I was surprised this is locked, and I realized key. Still not knowing whether while using spells the shield applies or not, but you know, numbers going up makes you happy, and you don't even have to crawl back to the merchant, because the next dungeon, which is actually open world, we are getting out of this castle or whatever it is. Very near to the start there is a merchant of that place. It's the garden of something. It will have some interesting new enemies actually. I hate the ravens. So we have to crawl all the way back. And as we are at it, we might as well check out the merchant, because it is closed. And maybe we fill up our ocean spaces. I try to sell it directly. That's not how it works. And that's the last place. As said, the cabinet of the teleporter should be closed. So that's why the other is also a spot to confuse you or something. This is some special teleporter that brings you to the garden of whatever. It's nice they changed the environment after crawling through all these underground places or whatever's. Garden of Eternity. You can actually just burn the bushes and the gold will still be there, but cost mana and you have to attack it twice by using the sword or axe. It's just once.